Alright, what is going on everybody? My name is Matt and welcome back to the channel today. So you guys probably clicked on this video thinking I was going to make some blatant, ridiculous, ignorant rant about MrBeast, PewDiePie, and every famous YouTuber in existence. Well, that's not what I'm going to be doing today. In fact, I wanted to be talking about why that's right, why most of you guys watching this video are the problem. And no, I don't mean that personally. I do mean this in regards to general human nature. But we really are the problem when it comes to glorifying YouTubers. Now, what's the deal here? Well, there are a lot of editors recently who have been just completely going rogue on MrBeast on Twitter. I've seen this stuff a lot happening, and it's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy seeing people going and attacking and freaking out over the way they were treated by these humongous YouTubers. I remember there's one guy who was a SOAR member who was tweeting out on Twitter today, absolutely freaking out, and all these guys saying how horrible MrBeast and all these guys are. And here's the thing, guys. The biggest issue in this situation is people not knowing anything and tweeting like idiots. That is the biggest problem. People who don't know MrBeast personally, people who don't know MrBeast's editor personally, those people tweeting and randomly jumping to conclusions are the biggest problem we have here. You see, the issue here is that when you don't know someone personally, it's awfully hard to make a judgment about them. And in regards to their internet presence, in regards to their real life presence, I have heard a lot of rumors about people who I have met in real life and found not to be true, or heard a lot of rumors, positive things about people who I have found not to be true as well. I have seen these things happen directly before my eyes in real life. And I think that people going on and just being ignorant online is just incredible to me, and it really does sort of add fuel to the fire. So what's the first issue here? And man, this is going to be a long video, I think, because I really have a lot to say, but what is the first issue when it comes to these people? The first thing is that people online, adoring fans on Twitter and YouTube, love to turn the average guy, the average human being with their own vices, their own flaws, into some type of false god because they make YouTube videos. This is the biggest problem by a long shot, because the biggest issue here is turning these people who are pretty normal, have normal lives, have normal desires, have normal flaws like every other human being, into some type of god. Now look, I can't attest to MrBeast's personality, to PewDiePie's personality, to Team Art and the Syndicate. I can't attest to any of these people's personalities. Jake Paul, Rice Gum, Keemstar, name any famous person. I can't attest to their personalities. I could maybe judge them off of their online persona. I think that's usually a pretty good judge of character, but I really don't know anything for certain. Some person who pretends to be a jerk online could actually be really nice in real life, and someone who pretends to be really nice online could also be just a jerk in real life, and that's the way things work. Now, the problem is when you make these people into false gods, you're sort of giving them a type of credibility that no human being deserves without actually meeting them. If I met these guys at an event, believe me, I would have a lot more to say here. I would feel that my opinion is justified, and I understand if you've met these people before, believe me, you have all the right to give somewhat of an opinion on this. But if you haven't, if you're just judging off of tweets or, he liked my tweet today, that really doesn't mean anything in regards to their character. So by doing this, you're sort of expecting people, and you're creating a community standard in other people to hold these guys to much higher standards than a normal human being can fulfill. For example, I'm not sure whether or not MrBeast wants to stockpile millions of dollars and hoard money and every video is false. I don't believe that at all. I think most of his videos are pretty genuine in what he does. I think he's more genuine than most YouTubers. But does he wake up every single day and say, man, I just can't wait to give away tens of thousands of dollars today? Probably not. Does it come across like that in his videos? Maybe. And again, that's kind of his shtick, that's kind of his thing. But is that something that he wakes up and dreams of doing every single day? Probably not. Again, what a lot of people aren't realizing, what he admits, but a lot of people don't pay attention to. I admire his honesty in this, but of course, a lot of people don't even pay attention to it. The fact that a lot of these videos are sponsored. He's getting money to give away. It's not always his personal money. And even when it is, he's not waking up every single day dreaming of just giving away tens of thousands of dollars, because nobody is. I wouldn't. I know I certainly wouldn't. I know a lot of you guys wouldn't. So to hold these people to these types of standards is just ridiculous. And that's the problem here. Because now you're taking these YouTubers, these people who are very, very average in nature, who have human flaws, human vices, human problems, and propping them up on some type of pedestal that very, very few people on this planet ever deserve. In fact, I think nobody deserves to be on that type of pedestal that you put these YouTubers on. You know the reason why I would never order merch from anyone? Because I don't know anyone well enough. They could be a complete asshole in real life, and I already spent 40, 50 bucks on wearing a shirt repping their brand. I don't know anything about most of these people. There are times where I'll play intuition, and usually intuition is right, but I gotta say, man, a lot of people have very, very bad intuition these days, dude. And, for me to go on Twitter and make some brash statement about some random YouTuber who I've never met, have nothing to say, to already, vow to stop watching their videos, to go hate on their tweets, and then vice versa, they send hate to another YouTuber's tweets. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And now these YouTubers, I think, actually have a harder time being themselves, expressing their true personality, because they're held to such a high standard. Another example is I see a lot of these tweets a lot is, looking to help some smaller streamers grow, helping you guys on your grind, man, link me your Twitches, I'll donate some of you guys $1,000 today. Like, come on, dude. No one wakes up and just says, hey, I really want to donate $1,000 to someone. Like, there's obviously going to be somewhat of an advantage in this for the person tweeting this. Whether that gets them retweets and maybe gets them some new followers, they want some type of, at best, some type of symbiotic, some type of mutual exchange here. At worst, they're blindly manipulating people, and I've seen that happen before. Believe me, blind manipulation happens quite frequently. But at best here, it's just some type of symbiotic relationship where they want, some exchange, maybe some clout, maybe some growth online or whatnot, in exchange for some type of generosity towards others. And believe me, this isn't saying that the average human being doesn't have a period of good moments, but to expect someone to be on this type of incredible moral high ground-esque behavior 24/7 is completely unrealistic. I know I have moods where I'm very, very upset with YouTubers, with people I follow on Twitter. I'm sick of all of it. I'm sick of everything. I get those moods, and I think most human beings do. And when you're placed in a public spotlight like this, you have fans who refuse to accept that you ever get into a mood like that, ever get into a situation like that. So it boils back down to one thing. Is MrBeast some scumbag who rips off editors? I don't know. I haven't seen proof of that. I haven't seen him break a contract publicly. I haven't seen, maybe the editor did a really shitty job. Maybe the editor had an attitude. I don't know. I certainly don't know the other way around either. I don't know if MrBeast gave him an attitude either. So you see these editors exploding on Twitter, and that's fine. They have a right to their opinion. They obviously have a lot of personal experience in this, and believe me, I don't want to take that away from anyone. But for the other people online replying and fueling the fire and just sort of adding to this whole situation, kind of fanning the flames or whatever, it's just so uncalled for. You're being harmful in this whole situation for everybody involved because you're creating sort of bad character in a lot of these people. Because if a lot of people, let's say, go to some YouTuber at an event and expect him to be super, super excited to meet him every second, it's not always going to work like that. A lot of times, hey, newsflash, someone may be in a bad mood. And when you take a YouTuber and expect them to never be in a bad mood and always be happy and, bro fist, man, bro fist, PewDiePie, bro army, when you expect people to be like that 24/7, you kind of put them in a spot. I know I certainly would be in a spot. I certainly would be pressured to constantly be in that type of positive mood and that type of positive demeanor if I knew that I had thousands and thousands of people watching me. Again, there's another side of the spectrum too. There are people who are blatant scumbags. And there are people who have shown that through empirical proof. There are people who have proven to me that they are scumbags. And you see that awfully frequently. One of the biggest examples of people proving that they are scumbags, this can't be excused for the fact that I don't know them in real life. This can't be excused for some bad mood. But people who I believe that are permanently scumbags are people who blatantly lie to their fans, who blatantly lie to their supporters. And unfortunately, you see that a lot. There's some clickbait out there that, again, some guy could just be, maybe having a hard day, just wants to get by, wants to, eat a little better this month, make a little more dough this month. Or there could be a guy who's just blatantly ripping off his fans. And I see that frequently. It happens a lot. It happens a lot in the gaming community, the entertainment community. It happens everywhere. This sort of blatant, just lying, scamming, thieving of your subscribers, and I will never, ever defend that. But that usually can be detected from a general sort of look at what they've done online. Their online actions have been representative of that. My biggest pet peeve is when people pretend to know other people, other YouTubers in real life, when they have no experience of that nature. They have no ability to make a judgment like that. That's the only thing, and that's kind of a wrap on the video for today. I don't want to go too long. Oh my god, it's been like 10 minutes. It's insane, but I don't want to, just sort of rant on too long here, but I just think it's ridiculous the way people kind of go on those tangents, and it really just seems to be the worst for both sides, really, because you're just putting a lot of strain on YouTubers to sort of have a superhuman quality, which no one has. No one in the world has, and, to be so emotionally connected to people you've never met in real life, it just doesn't seem worth it to me, man. You know, again, I'll make a few exceptions here and there, and maybe that's my problem, maybe that's my sort of shortcomings, but for the most part, man, if a video is entertaining, I'll watch it. If it's not, I won't. That's the way I feel. You know, unless it's a smaller YouTuber who I've talked to a lot, when you take these mega stars, these mega celebrities, there's always more that goes on behind the scenes. And again, they only show you what you really want to see, what they want you to see. That's it, guys. I hope you all have enjoyed the video. If you guys did, definitely go drop a like and subscribe if you all are new to the channel. I appreciate the support on here, guys. It's been incredible. Literally, I'm getting more views on here per video than on my main channel, which is just ridiculous considering this channel has like 20 subs. So thank you guys so much. And if you guys are new, join my Discord, follow my Twitter, all that good stuff down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, my name is Matt, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.